So Gamescom just happened, and I have to admit, the Xbox show had its moments, but the standout was definitely the main show that Jeff Keighley put together. There was new games announced from third-party developers that looked insane, but the main thing has to be what Halo Infinite showed, which was multiplayer cinematics, and of course the new Xbox Series X Halo console along with the new Xbox Series X Elite controller too. Let's get into all the details because Xbox just revealed some new hardware. Hey everyone, thanks for stopping by and checking out the video. Remember to hit that subscribe button and that like button. The support is greatly appreciated. And if you want to be notified on future content, make sure to hit that small little bell icon. It helps out the channel a lot. Okay, so let's get right into this because there's a lot to cover, and I want to first talk about the new hardware that Xbox revealed because I have to admit, it's pretty legit. Let's start off with the new console because it's probably the most hyped one around, plus you can pre-order it right now, which basically crashed everything at Microsoft's website. Trust me, I know, because I checked and couldn't get anything and couldn't order anything. But I digress. So let's get into the console and also see what it's all about. This design was inspired by the expansive Halo universe and is wrapped with dark metallic paneling accented by iridium gold. Above the armor, there is a custom star pattern as seen from the surface of Zeta Halo that extends to the top of the console and onto the fan. Below the stars, the top vent is ascended in Cortana-themed blue. To top it off, the console powers on and off with custom Halo-themed sounds. The controller included in the bundle features a matching design on the front, an iridium gold 20-year mark on the back, as well as the side and back grips to accommodate all playstyles. Okay, as you can see on the screen, this console does actually look pretty amazing. Now, I know a lot of people raced to buy this console but couldn't because this console is going to be a limited edition and we know that the demand for limited stuff is pretty high. But I do have to say that having all these specific features does make it very appealing to me personally. The one thing I like is the console's custom Halo sounds. That alone makes me pretty interested in this console and I want to get it. Even though I have a Series X, I still want to check this one out or at least see it in person. I saw the design and figured, hey, this is pretty sick looking. But the custom sounds makes it very appealing to me because I like when a console does something different. But let me know if you got a hold of one or what you think about the console down below, because I truly think it's pretty cool looking, and I think Xbox kind of knocked it out of the park with this one, especially to build up hype for Halo Infinite, and I kind of feel they squashed a lot of the negative things surrounding it, because this was actually a pretty cool showing from Xbox and 343. We saw Staten on stage talking about the multiplayer and all of that, but we'll get into that a little bit later. Now let's talk about the new Elite controller we saw from Halo Infinite. Now this to me was just awesome and surprised me a lot. I heard some rumblings beforehand that there might be a custom controller in the works, but I didn't think it would be an Elite controller, which makes me very happy because you know what? I'm in the market for one. Here's what the Elite controller is all about. Also announced today, we're excited to get the Halo Infinite Limited Edition Elite Series 2 in your hands. Ready for any mission with a custom design inspired by the Master Chief's iconic armor, this controller features a battle-worn matte metallic green with an iridium gold D-pad and comes with an arsenal of swappable components and a custom carrying case emblazoned with iconic UNSC insignia. For that Spartan-like precision, use the custom thumbstick tension adjustment tool that you can even wear like a dog tag so you're always ready to fine-tune your combat experience. When you're not using your controller, keep it powered up on the laser edge charging dock or with the custom charging cable. Okay, so again, as you can see on the screen, this controller looks freaking amazing. I know that people will say, oh, it's just a controller to some extent, and I understand what you mean, but for me, I'm not the biggest controller collector, so I don't really get into this type of stuff, I have to admit. But this controller has my attention completely, and I've been debating with myself to buy an Elite controller because I'm using my controller so much. I play on my Series X so much, and I play on my PC, which I use my controller there also. And this thing is just perfect for me, and it's perfect looking. I love the design, and I think we'll see a lot of pictures coming on social media when these ship in November. You're going to see a bunch of people saying like, hey, I got my controller, and then you're going to see the sad people at the bottom saying, I didn't get one. I might be one of those people. So those are the new hardware being released by Xbox, and I have to admit, it's pretty great, especially since this is the first custom console for the next generation. It's fitting it's for Halo, which is one of the biggest franchises in all of gaming. But now let's get into the games that were revealed, because that's the whole point of Gamescom. I have to say, these last 2 days, a couple of games stood out to me, and I'm going to go into each one of those. The first one has to be the multiplayer cinematic that Halo showed. That was a cinematic for the multiplayer, by the way, not the campaign, which raises a lot of questions for me because I want to know, what was this all about? I think we'll learn more about it later before the game comes out, but it's very different for Halo to maybe have a story surrounding the multiplayer aspect of the game. So keep an eye out for that, because I think there's more to this, and he's also talked about how this season is going to concentrate around that character that we see in the cinematic. So I'm actually really looking forward to seeing what they're going to do with that. Now, the next game is something I heard about and something I've been waiting for a very long time, which is the Marvel Midnight Suns game. This is an XCOM tactical RPG game that is being made by the same team behind XCOM. I can't wait for this game, and the trailer had so many awesome comic book characters attached to it. I was just brimming with excitement. You can see in the trailer right here in that it's just insane with the amount of characters and action going on. Not to mention, the developers behind this game are a very, very talented developer. They make some of the best tactical games around with XCOM, so don't be surprised when this game releases that it turns some heads when it releases next year. So I'm extremely excited for it. I love comic book stuff. You know I'm always going to check it out. I read a lot of comics. I watch all the shows. I freaking watch all the movies, and I play all the games. So this game has me locked down because not only is it strategy, which is something I love, but it's also Marvel and has all those characters attached to it. So I'm really looking forward to that one. Next up has to be the Crossfire X, the Game Pass game that a lot of people have been talking about for a while now. We've seen this game multiple times, but we're still waiting for a release date. It's looking like a huge game with a lot of aspects tied to it. I hope to see more about it before it releases, but at this point, I'm ready for some gameplay showing of the campaign and a release date being set so I know when I can play this on my Xbox or my PC through Game Pass. Now we move on to Far Cry 6, which again looks great. The story trailer showed a lot of depth, and like every single Far Cry, it focused on the villain like usual. Now I know the game is right around the corner and I can't wait to play it. Far Cry has always been a very solid game, and not to mention packed with so much content. So it's one of Ubisoft's top games and franchises, so I'm not worried about it. I'm going to play it. I'm subscribed to Ubisoft Plus, so I'm going to be playing it on my PC and having a great time with it. The last two games that stood out for me has to be Age of Empires and Saints Row Reboot. Both of these games looked awesome. Age of Empires is something I've talked about a lot before, so I just look forward to playing it and getting my hands on it. I can't wait to play it. I don't need any more gameplay or any more trailers. I just want the game to release. Let me play it Xbox because I'm ready to do that. As for Saints Row, it looked like a completely different game. A little crazy and maybe a little grounded at the same time, if that makes any kind of sense. I've always liked Saints Row, especially since it's a game you can just turn on and have a great time playing. I wanted to see some more gameplay, of course, but the trailer was actually very well done and kind of fun to watch. So either way, I'm going to wait and see on this, but I'm probably going to get this day one because Saints Row is just a lot of fun. All in all, I think the Gamescom show was actually really well done, and I truly believe that Xbox had way more to show and announce at this show than they did their own show. Don't get me wrong, there was a lot of third-party games that stood out, but for me, ultimately, Xbox wanted to show off their games and what they have planned this holiday season at Jeff Keighley's show. And to be honest, it was probably the right move because they stood next to some of the biggest game announcements of the year, and I have to hand it to Jeff. He put on a great show that was paced very well and showed a ton of great games. I'm excited for a lot of those games that were shown because, hey, that's what we're doing. We're gamers. We play games and they showed us a lot of them. Let's hope everyone gets the hardware they want and the games they want because so far this summer, it's been a little slow when it comes to gaming news. But right now, we just got a ton of announcements and a ton of new things to look forward to. So I really hope you enjoyed the games that I discussed, and I want to know what you like down there. So enough of what I think about the show. Tell me what you think. Are you going to buy the new Halo Series X console, or do you want to get the new Halo Infinite controller? What games are you most excited about that you saw at the show? Did you enjoy Xbox's show or the Gamescom show more? When will we get some more campaign footage of Halo? Was there a game not shown that you wanted to see? Go down below and let me know. And I hope you enjoyed the video, and if you did, please hit that subscribe button and that like button. The support helps out the channel more than you know. And give me a follow on Twitter at Zocker87. I'm always on there talking games and sharing my latest videos. Plus, I love interacting with everyone there, so get on Twitter and let's talk about gaming. Also, follow me on Xbox Live. My gamertag is Awkward87, just like my channel name. See what games I'm playing, and let's compete in achievements for the month. So right now, I've been playing a bunch of Assassin's Creed Valhalla. I think I'm going to be into this game for a little while. It's pretty massive. I want to get it done before Far Cry 6 releases because I'm really looking forward to jumping into that world when it comes out. So Valhalla's kind of taking up a lot of my time. I'm probably going to be jumping into this for the next several hours. I'm talking about tens of hours. You know, this game probably is about 100 to 200 hours worth of content, so I'm really enjoying it. I know it came out last year, but they keep dropping content on there and DLCs that I have all access to because I owned it on Xbox Series X Gold Edition. Plus, I own the one on Ubisoft Plus, which gives me all the DLCs, so it's kind of nice. And there's cross progression, so I'm really enjoying that game. I recommend everybody check it out. And now on Game Pass, I'm going to be playing Psychonauts 2. I'm hearing that this Psychonauts 2 is Game of the Year material, so I'm going to have to jump into that, see for myself, and have a great time with it. I remember Psychonauts years ago when I played it when I was younger, but now I'm going to jump into 2 because you know what? It looks great and a lot of people love it. But let me know what you're playing. Are you playing something on your PS5, your Xbox Series X, or are you playing something on your PC? Or are you trying to still order those Series X consoles and that Elite controller? Because I know I am. Let me know down below because that's what we're here for. It's to talk games. And that's all for now. Thanks for watching, and until next time, remember, enjoy your gaming. Later.